Hello, my name is Professor Michael Madden. I'm the chair and the head of the School of Computer Science in the National University of Ireland, Galway. Today we're going to talk about exploring computer science in NUI Galway. So our university is actually 175 years old. It was originally called Queen's College Galway. This is a photo or an image of it from way back around in its founding. And if you look around the back of our original quadrangle building, you'll still find a sculpture with the Queen's coat of arms. However, the university has changed dramatically in the last 175 years, and we're now among the top 2% of the universities in the world, based on international rankings data. The university has invested huge amounts of money in new buildings, which has transformed the campus and given us great facilities over the last 10 years. And our income from research and from teaching has grown hugely, and we've got students now right across the world, over 90,000 graduates right across the world. We continue to do great in research and do great in graduate employability. I'm going to talk to you today about GY350, our Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Information Technology. And I suppose the first question is, who needs computer science and IT anyway? Well, really, everybody does. There's a photo of a modern surgical procedure. This surgeon needs to operate on a very small region of the heart. So he's viewing this in 3D using a virtual reality telepresence that makes the piece of the heart he's looking at appear much larger. And then as he moves his hands in the real world, they are transformed by a virtual telepresence robot into much tinier movements that are actually performing the surgery on the person. All of this is possible because of the recent advances in virtual reality, robotics, image processing, and real-time networking, all things that you would study in GY350. And of course, computers are an essential part of the whole hospital, from doctor's records to the intensive care unit monitoring devices. In home automation and remote work, we have smart doorbells, smart heating systems, voice-activated assistants like Alexa and Siri and so on, all thanks to recent advances in computer science. There's been a huge surge recently in people working and studying from home. This is possible because of all of the advances in networking, telecoms, cloud computing, and all of these other technologies that our students study in GY350. Smart energy systems are going to be a really important part of tackling climate change into the future. And smart energy systems really depend on advances in computing technologies to match supply and demand, to monitor the flows of electricity, and to ensure that systems operate reliably. In the future, autonomous vehicles are expected to be a huge part of mobility, and they will depend very heavily on real-time computing systems and intelligent software, again, things that you would study in our degree. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are expected to transform how we will use computers. And already we have many applications in image processing, natural language processing, autonomous vehicles, finance, online shopping, and medicine. Artificial intelligence is also very heavily used in recommender systems. These are things that recommend to you products or movies based on what you've already watched or purchased. And also these things that scan our email messages or our social media to advertise to us. You'll notice I've included an image of the surveillance camera there. That's because we need to be aware of how we pay for what we call free services. We pay for them with our data and sometimes even with our privacy. And this is a negative side of AI and something we need to be very aware of. There are companies that earn billions when we use their free products, people like Google. You might think of Google as a technology company, but they're actually sort of an advertising company. That's where they get their revenue from. You probably would not let your mother or your brother see your full Google search history, but Google has access to it and they can use that to target advertising at you. So you need to be aware, and likewise with Gmail, who can access your email and see all of that you're writing, you need to be aware of how your privacy can be traded off for nice toys. You will, of course, study artificial intelligence and machine learning in your degree, and our researchers are working on exciting new applications in science, engineering, and medicine, and we also consider the ethics of AI in all of our research. So let's think about a future in computer science and what kind of careers would you like to follow? Our graduates work in a wide variety of different companies. Here you can see the logos of just a few of the companies that our graduates work in. Some of these are household names like Amazon, Google, Havok, who do game engines. And many others then are important companies that are the backbone of the internet, like IBM, Avaya, and SAP. Our graduates work in product development, in multimedia, in game development, movie development, in finance, in consulting, and in research, in telecoms, and many other areas. And some of our graduates even start their own companies. Now, you might think that if you wanted to start a business, maybe you should do a business degree. But the reality is that most businesses are actually started by people who have built a product that other people want to use. And so the history of large tech companies is they are started by people with a technology background. And then these are people who can sell their service or provide their service to the world. So if you want to be your own boss, maybe consider studying computer science, because you can build software and devices. All you need are the skills and the ability and the ideas. And we can give you the skills and the ability, and you can bring your own ideas, and you don't need anybody else's permission to build a new software system or a new web system or a new game. And I think it's because of that that really software development is considered to be a great job. And I mean, obviously I'm biased. I'm a professor of computer science, and software development has been my whole career. But if we look to US News and World Report, they do an annual survey of the 100 best jobs. And for the last 4 or 5 years, software developer has always been ranked on top. You can see there the list from 2020 of the 6 best jobs, and of which software developer, dentist, and so on. So I think unless you would like a career looking into people's mouths or helping sick people, then software developer is an ideal career opportunity. And the reason, according to the articles, why it's highly ranked is because of the flexibility of the job, the good salaries, the opportunities for travel, and all of these other things that make it an attractive job for many people. Salaries are good in computer science. From a software engineer to a principal engineer, salary scales range from about 35,000 to 150,000 euro in Ireland and beyond, depending on the companies you work in and depending on the places that you work. So I'm going to talk a little bit about computer science in NUI Galway and what it would be like to study here. We are part of this College of Science and Engineering. There are 6 schools in the College of Science and Engineering that I've listed out, and the School of Computer Science is one of those schools. There are also several research centres associated with the college, including the Insight Centre for Data Analytics that we work with very closely. The college was established on the 1st of September 2019 when some older colleges were merged. And we then are the School of Computer Science, part of that college. This was established in 1991 as called the Discipline of Information Technology. But it's grown a lot since then, and it became a School of Computer Science in 2019. We've got 27 academic staff, 7 support staff, and we're recruiting more and growing all the time. We've got lots of students at undergraduate level and at postgraduate research level. Computer science is highly ranked in NUI Galway. If we look at QS World University rankings by the computer science subject, we see NUI Galway ranked one of the top in Ireland with a 5-star rating. Our degree program, GY350, the Bachelor's in Computer Science and IT. This is a core computer science and software engineering degree where you have a strong and broad base of computing skills, a 4-year degree with work placement, lots of emphasis on projects and teamwork. If you're particularly interested in maths as an optional stream with extra mathematics from the full years. And it's a respected professional degree because it's one of just 2 degrees that is accredited by Engineers Ireland as an accredited software engineering degree program. The other one is in Trinity. And we do a lot of problem-based learning across a lot of subject areas as indicated here. Here's a general picture of the 4 years of the degree program. Now, I'm not going to read this in detail, and it might be a little hard to see, but you'll find this table in our brochures if you'd like to study it. What you'll mainly see from this table is that students in the first years focus more on the soft scientific foundations and on the basics of computer science and programming, and then move on to applications in engineering and technology and in problem-based learning as they go through their degree. You will also see, as shown on the diagram, that students have an 8-month paid undergraduate internship from January to August of year 3. And in final year, all students do their own individual final year project that is unique to them and that gives them an opportunity to really explore their passions and do something very special. Overall, GY350 is for you if you have an interest in problem solving, in creating new things, and in doing research. And if you also have a good standard of maths and other subjects such as physics or another numerate subject, like a good pass or better. The basic entry requirements are, as always, for these kind of programs, 2 honours and 4 passes for the matriculation, but you also need either a H6 in higher level maths or an O2 in ordinary level maths, or sufficient marks in the special entrance exam in mathematics that are university rules. And of course, on top of those basic requirements, you have to meet the points for the course. The points vary from year to year, and you can look up what the previous year's points were online. There are other options for studying computing in NUI Galway, and one of those I want to talk to you about is the Bachelor of Arts with Information Technology. So this program is where you do the Bachelor of Arts degree, the general BA degree in NUI Galway, and one of the subjects that you can pick, along with other subjects like English and French and Spanish and philosophy and history, is information technology. So through the BA, you would do IT as one of your 3 subjects in first year, and then you can choose to continue and do IT and one other subject in second year and final year. Here in Galway, humanities students graduate with a double header of 2 subjects that they specialize in, and one of those subjects can be information technology. You can see the whole list of subjects that students study in information technology. It's not quite as in-depth as doing the GY350 degree because you're doing half of a 3-year degree rather than a full 4-year degree. But we still do a strong and comprehensive set of modules on programming, databases, web development, and so on. And you can also build upon that by doing a 1-year higher diploma in software design and development to further bolster your computing skills after the 3-year BA. To get into the Bachelor of Arts with IT, the normal GY101 BA entry requirements apply that are listed there. Because it's in the Bachelor of Arts, you have to have Irish, English, and a 3rd language. For the GY350 degree, you don't need a 3rd language. And of course, you also have to meet the points requirements for GY101, which again, you can find online. People who've done the BA with IT, they go on to a wide variety of different careers. Often those careers depend on what the other subject you've studied along with IT is. So for example, if you did IT in languages or IT in philosophy, you might go into a career in something like journalism or translation or web development and graphic design and so on. So that's all I wanted to talk to you about. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I've been Professor Michael Madden, and I look forward to welcoming you to Computer Science at NUI Galway, where knowledge and imagination combine. Thank you.